Hello, everybody. This is Dead. Welcome back to What If Deku was fucking Hatty Part 14 now. So, yeah. I think I should start paying attention to what part it is a bit more because that might be what's fucking up with some shit. So, yeah. Just know, read the title. If you get lost, if I say, it's a part before another part, just read the fucking title. Because, that's after I record it. So that's when I know when it is. But this is part 14. I know that for a fact. This is part 14. So yeah. So just making sure you guys know where the fuck you're going. Okay? Just look at that. Just look at what part it is. Just look at the title. Don't just click on a fucking thing. If you really, really want to fucking know, another way is just to go through my channel and just go fucking look at all the ones that it is. You could see the ones you've watched and all that shit, you know. Moving on. What if? Let's see. Where were we? Oh yeah. Momo asked, "How was Zuko's mom? How was she as a person?" Zuko would, look at her, be looking at her, and and she'd be like, "Oh, is that too much of a personal question? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to." He's like, he's like, no, 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 it's not that. It's not that. It's just, she, it's just probably not one of the best times to mention one of those. But I'll answer because, well, I mean, you're a good friend of mine, and what's there to hide? There's nothing really bad about her. She was a very nice. She was a very nice person. She was she was beautiful. She was She was gorgeous, beautiful, whatever the hell you want to consider the fucking as that. She was probably one of the most beautiful women you'll ever probably meet. She was a bit. She was a bit mm, on the bossy side of my father, but for me, she was a kind and gentle heart. She was always. She always cared for me and my sister. As Mom was like, she sounds like a nice person, but what do you mean by bossy with your father? As Zuki would chuckle a bit to it. He's like, "Well, in my family, or more like in the more like in the Haddington families, the Haddington family, my father's side. Uh, every Haddington always had their wife was always a bit bossy to them. It was kind of funny, actually. It's kind of funny, actually, how to think about it. They were all they were always just having a bit more control over them than you think. Less of how less woman-like, I guess you can say. As he would chuckle thinking about that sometimes that her mom would get what should we name Hattie's dad? What's a old ass fucking what's an old name for the 1800s? I don't know, man, but you just think about times where Inko, would just be really bossy to him, be like tell tell Mr. Let's call him Mr. Haddington right now. Mr. Haddington, just fucking to do the dishes or something like that. Just to do stuff. Because it's fucking weird. Because I don't know when the fuck it takes place. It would make sense. I gotta think of both Pit People and Battle Box Leader at the same time, so it fucks me over. Because Pit People was fucking old, medieval times kind of shit. And then we had other shit that's not so medieval time, and then we had fucking Hattie shit. They had fucking washing machines. They put people in washing machines, all right. God damn it, they put people in washing machines. God damn it. So it's kind of just a fucked up timeline. They're a lot more advanced than you'd think. They're a lot more advanced back then than you think. as you know. Okay. Anyway, moving on from the fucking rambling. Mom was like, "Oh, okay, okay." And what kind of person was your sister? Well, she was a bit more of the wild type, I guess you can say. Huh? And Mom was like, "Wild type? What do you mean by that?" Well, nowadays I could tell that it's definitely a bit different, and she probably would act more like how you guys act today. She acts more like how you women act like today. Back then, women were always act more. How do we say it? How would I put this into words? Like, what is the right word for this? Actually, I guess you could say a lot more like a lot more sophisticated than like they were more. They acted more like God damn, what is the right word for this shit? I'm thinking less like more like what's the right word? Fuck. What is the right word for this bullshit that I'm thinking of? God damn. Hold up. Give me a second. The only word I can think about right now is sophisticated. They were a lot more kind and more ladylike, I guess you can say. She was more like a boy. She was more like a boy. A bit more reckless, a bit more just adventurous, a bit more wanting to explore the world. It was always her dream to move to Japan someday, to get away from England, be away from England and go to Japan and be her own person. My mother would always tell us tales of Japan and how it was there when she lived there. It was quite, and for what she's told me, it was quite beautiful. But I've never really did get a bunch of stuff about it. That's why I thought like all the stuff that was here was there before, because she never told me about like what the buildings look like that too much about. And honestly, it could just be that these buildings are just made different, because like we have buildings that are made different everywhere. We had people living in like wooden shacks to people living in the more in town and brick houses, or whatever, what the fuck ever. So I just thought that fucking shit was different. I just thought stuff was different. Momo asked, how long did your mother stay in Japan? She was born in Japan, and she lived there ever since she was 18. She moved with her parents, or my grandfather and grandmother, in back to England, where my grandfather came from. She, she asked on your mother's side, your grandfather was an Englishman or British? Yes, and he's like, yes, yes, he was. He went there, and he went there. He met my grandmother, and things things kind of happened. They fell in love. They had a child, and they decided to stay in Japan until she was old enough to do whatever she wanted to, and she decided to go with them to England, and that's where she met my father, and the rest of the story is from there. And you know some of the story from there. And I guess you can make out the rest of the story from there. It's a better fucking way of saying it, you dumbass, you piece of shit, you fucking idiot. You're pathetic. Your fucking brain is the smallest thing fucking ever, you dumbass. Sorry, I'm shit talking myself. Why do I find that so funny? Am I a masochist? I hope not. If I am, I'm going to kill myself. Actually, that's something a masochist would say. Fuck. What do I do? Financially, you're in a hole. What do you do? What? Anyway, I don't know where the fuck this shit's going anymore. Shit! We're gonna watch those videos after this. Fuck. Fuck it, third one. We're making the third one of this, so I'm gonna put so many fucking references into it. Moving on. It's like Poseidon raised his hand out in friendship and they spat in his mouth. I forgot how that went, but fucking that's pretty close enough. But what the fuck? Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. But then I realized what's going on. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. It's just something to do with my wall. But moving on. Cat. Checkup. Weekly. Yours is probably next Taffy if you don't, if I can find you. Last time I couldn't find you. I thought you were outside. So I just took a picture of Artemis. I should have found you and took a picture of you. Weeping right now. And it's pretty fucking cute. And you got this thing in your fucking tail that I need to get out. That is broken right there. That's a picture. That's Broken's fucking thing. So don't. Luckily, it wasn't a spoiler for something because I do have a picture for another what if that's gonna be coming out probably after I'm finished with one of these what ifs. Which I feel like this Hatty one's gonna be pretty fucking short. Because, he doesn't really want to be a hero, so he's probably not gonna participate in any of those hero things. Like, he's just here because, like, he has nowhere fucking else to go, and plus he needs to learn. Plus, he could just be there. Okay. Like, he has nowhere else to fucking go. But moving on. Yeah, so moving on. Where the fuck was that? Sorry, I was just thinking about the future a bit. But yeah, there's not gonna be he's not gonna participate in much of the hero shit. I hope you guys know that. So there's gonna be a lot of shit we're skipping. There's gonna be a lot of shit that's just not gonna be there. Like, I hope you guys know that. There's gonna be a lot of shit that's just not gonna happen. So yeah, I hope you guys know that. Like, why would Hatty want to be a fucking hero? What? But moving on. What was I? I got us fucking plane ticket. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, guys. I'm going insane. As you know, she would ask, "Tell me a bit about your father." Well, he was just like all the other men before him. All of the many men that came before him in the Haddington family. He was a gentleman. He was a gentleman, nice and kind, and just generally one of the nicest people you would probably ever meet. My dad looked a lot like me, but instead he liked to slick back his he liked to have his hair slicked back. So just imagine this, minus the eyes being fucked up. The eyes were regular. Let's say he had brown eyes. Regular brown eyes. Zuko has green eyes, but ever since he put on the fucking hat, his eyes are no longer the same anymore. They're black. They're black when nothing, green when he's happy, and fucking red when he's mad. Hella mad. He would slick back his hair. So just imagine like this, but hair slicked and a bit more older. She was like, "Really? Yeah, if I take off my hat and slick my hair back, as he would do that. He would do that, and he's like, this is basically what he would look like." Huh. Interesting. Nice to know. I guess that was kind of good to know. He put his hair back to normal, back to how he likes it, and puts his hat back on. Anyway, it's getting a little late. I should be going. Bye, Momo. As he says, "Bye, Hattie," and fucking he goes back to his dorm, go he talking his cat go bed, and that's where I'm gonna leave it off there, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and goodbye.